Eric, search is changing. Tell me about it.
We just came off our best year ever for the company, and especially with regards to the search team itself. We've got more great professionals on the team that are helping change the way that we not only service and support, but deliver just exceptional search results for our dealers.
How are you doing that?
So one of the biggest things that we've noticed is just the way that customers are changing the way that they search. They've gone from 1, 2, and 3 type of keywords, number of keywords in their search, to full complete sentences, in terms of full prompts, so to speak.
Yeah.
So much longer, more contextual, more explicit with regards to the context of their search. And obviously when somebody's doing that, they're doing what we call a chain of thought. And so customers follow this chain of thought to be able to go through the different stages and steps of awareness and discovery and ultimately making a decision. And in order to do that, we need to be able to create pages that are exceptionally well crafted, not only just structurally, but content-wise in terms of how relevant and rich they are. Things like, the basics are more important than ever. Things like appropriate titles and H1 elements and obviously rich content. But more specifically, engaging items and elements, things like Google star ratings, obviously Google reviews, maps, a lot of the basics that people have known and heard about forever, but they've just forgotten about them. So we're really a resurfaced resurgence and priority, but other things like an FAQ section. It's got to be very helpful. Why do people search? They're looking to either answer a question or solve a problem. And we make sure these pages do that specifically every single time. And what happens is ultimately the page experience score winds up going through the roof. That winds up reducing your cost on your paid search, and it winds up increasing engagement, and ultimately helps inevitably drive more conversions. And that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, dealers really don't care about buying SEO. Dealers what they care about is being visible in their market, capturing market share, being seen outside of their market even, and ultimately, again, acquiring really quality traffic, and then ultimately converting them to drive chats, phone calls, walk-in traffic, form fills, all the things that matter at the end of the day for a dealer. That's what we're focused in on.
It's kind of like we're getting back to the blocking and the tackling, right?
Absolutely, and everybody has said now for a couple of years and even more, SEO is dead. Well, SEO again has a resurgence. That's all AI is doing, is it's just accelerating a lot of the core tactics that we've talked about for 15 years or longer. And it's just bringing it to the surface and making sure that the quality is there. Like you said, perfectly, the blocking and tackling has to happen, but now all these other elements on top of that as well. A lot of people may not even realize it, but there's structural and technical things that have to go into the page, things like schema and the FAQ schema and the review schema. It has to be there to help add that additional layer of relevance in order to get the visibility. And again, dealers don't really care too much about the how it's done. They just want to make sure it is in fact getting done. And that's what I'm most proud of dealer teamwork, and especially the search team, because our ability to bring this total search concept to the market, to be able to show, yes, we care and we deliver and we give you the results that matter at the end of the day.
What's next? What's new?
Well, the biggest thing is being able to offer what we call payments everywhere, or like an offers everywhere type of concept. So we want to make sure that in the patented MPOP is creating these relevant offers, not only for the campaigns that go on the pages, ultimately obviously being distributed. We call it COPE, create once, publish everywhere. And those offers are being pushed out to the paid ads. The offers are being pushed out to organic search, to social as well. But more importantly, once that user winds up clicking through and landing on one of our landing pages, where are they going to land ultimately? That's the VDP. And we want to make sure those payments that we're creating through our system are being consistent and accurate and show up there. So there isn't any fragmentation or any inconsistency. So the dealer gets what they want from their ad campaigns. And ultimately, who wins on that, besides the dealer? It's the customer. The customer gets their answer solved and answers their question and solves their problem.
It is unbelievably frustrating when you're doing something online and you get, you think you're going down the right path and then something doesn't match.
Yeah, we want to remove that friction and make sure that chain of thought that is happening in the customer's brain, we want that chain of thought experience to happen in real life, digitally as well.